It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up is the lockdown man himself, Jair Alexander, who's been stepping up to challenges all season, now at 8 interceptions. It's the Saints and the Ravens on Monday Night Prime Time.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans.
Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night between the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense.
Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State, now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
To start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he sidestepped a 1-man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury. And having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope they'll recover.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On play action, Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So here are the Saints now with great starting field position.
They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they would pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground. And
you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
So they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Corey Blossingame,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Saints put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
Now they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
They'll start by running the option to the right, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Lamar Jackson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try to keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On second down, here's the option.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Wentz going to throw. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marvin Jones, 45 yards.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here are the Saints to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 12 carries, 113 yards, and a score.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football, because they're going to get him to the end zone.
Play action. It's Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Then he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They go play action with Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
They'll run on third down with Brown. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That one goes for 8 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Up the middle, Murray. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Jackson looking to throw on third.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They go play action now. Jackson to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Pollard. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. They'll run forward with Pollard. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tony Pollard, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The do-it-all weapon, Cordero Patterson, coming back out. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10, just outside the 30. Now Wentz. That pass taken in by Burks. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Wentz. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw, and they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And the
second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
For a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big quarterback like that, that's not easily done.
He does not come down easily, you're right, but he did there. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. Third and goal. Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
And the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Murray. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Throwing is Wentz. Complete to Jones. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And complete this one to Patterson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play. That means they need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Wentz to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter.
They've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
49 yards on the ground for him so far.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as we get this up to about the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Jackson's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Play action. Now Jackson. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. A good pickup there on 20 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hollywood, Marquise Brown taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that one takes him down the field in 8 plays. It's coming out by a total touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Here's Higgins out on the right side. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Wasn't good enough to get this done, but the color playing guys who did. When they spotted the receiver screen and they got to the ball fast to blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down.
Even keeping the back end from extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. Throwing is Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Barrett from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
His pass clock at the 4.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards.
And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
They'll give up the gut for Murray. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jalen Waddle, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time is having 9 plays in all, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Throwing now is Wentz. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. They'll try the right side with Murray. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Murray. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you've got the lead, your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Jackson going to run.
He gives it up. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dawson Knox, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints are closing in on a 4th straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches laying down blocks, doing the little things to help the offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want to help their tight ends get a touchdown to really seal this play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Return. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Ravens ready to take over. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Wentz now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there on 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wentz.
They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down.
Now Wentz again. This pass complete to Higgins.
And they'll get this down around the 47-yard line.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 47 yards.
And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Rolling to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown tonight.
And the Saints have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. I mean, that receiver's at a full head of steam. If you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. If you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Ravens offense back out there. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wentz. Flushed out right.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. It's complete to Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll find Jones again, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Wentz. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Wentz's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 61 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Wentz going to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Williams brings it in. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. To throw, it's Wentz. Touchdown! Marvin Jones with career touchdown number 60.
And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Steps away.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They go play action now. Jackson.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy.
This is intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing. It's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Saints. DJ Chark, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ballgame.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to tackle defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do with it. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League. But fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for New Orleans, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until Week 11.